Happy Wednesday, everyone, and welcome back to the Pageant Sit Down. My name is Regine Alaina, and we're so happy that you're here with us today. Uh, Quickly, first off, we do apologize for starting a little bit later than we normally do. This will be a shorter episode, but let me bring on my co-host so we can talk about it. Bringing on my co-host, Elizabeth. Hey, Liz.
Hi, Regine. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. So you guys are probably wondering what happened. So just for some clarification, we were supposed to have Janice McGregor on today, but there were some technical difficulties. But as we know I don't want to say showbiz because they're not really showbiz. The show must go on. And we are here. We're here. Hello, Liz. Hello, everyone.
Hello. We are always here. You know what? The thing with this is there's always something for us to talk about. We talk all the time anyway, so why not broadcast it?
Do people want to know what we talk about, though?
Maybe. If they're here, then maybe.
All right. Well, if that's the case, hey, Liz, how's it going? I'm kidding. But actually, so I know you and I chatted a little bit off air. Yes, this is a pageant sit down, and no, we do not have thoughts on Miss USA because we're both very busy, but we will rewatch it. I think what you and I should do is rewatch it and then maybe one day just go live and talk about it. What do you think?
For sure. Yeah, I only was able to catch a couple clips. And so, congratulations to the new winner. But yeah, there's a lot of talk about this, so we're going to have to create our own thoughts. And then discuss it because I don't want to talk about it without knowing the whole story.
I feel the same way. But this is the pageant sit down, and we will talk pageantry. As you all know, you know what we haven't actually done is talk about Canada Galaxy. I know we had Trisha come on to briefly talk about her experience and what to expect from her during her reign, but we never actually sat down and just talked about it together even.
No.
So why not talk about it now?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's so fun because we were insiders, I guess, but we actually, the first time we weren't really a part of the pageant fully. You, of course, were emceeing and you were working, but neither of us were competing and neither of us were giving over our title for the very first time. So we have a different perspective.
It's so weird. I thought about that the other day as well. Like, this is the first time since 2018, or I guess 2019, where I was not on stage competing. I was not on stage doing handover. I was not on stage. I literally just walked across the stage to my podium. Like, there was no. It was definitely a weird moment for me.
For sure. And I'll one-up you. I was in the audience, so it was even weirder for me.
Right?
Like, I was like, I feel like I should be doing something. I feel like I should be fluffing someone's dress or doing something productive. But I was enjoying the show, and it was a really, really good show. I think this year the girls really brought it, and we saw some really cool fashion on the stage.
Yeah, we saw our first light up outfit.
Yes, that was awesome.
It's about time. It was one of those things where you're right. Like, I guess because when you are on stage or you're competing, you don't actually see people's outfits.
No.
So to be able to see it literally on the sidelines at a different view was cool. It was cool.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I got a lot of inspiration for, if I compete again or wherever I'm off to next. There was tons of inspiration. Like, there were some gorgeous gowns that I am still obsessing over. Like, especially, I've said this on Facebook, but Layla, I believe she's preteen London. Preteen London. Her fashion wear, I would steal it if I was that size, but I'm not. I'm about triple her, maybe quadruple her height. But I loved that. There was a lot of actually college outfits from the college team. Shout out to them. Gorgeous this year, like literally every single thing. And I could tell when it was their work because it's just so like dreamy looking. And yeah, those are some of my favorites.
For sure. They definitely killed it in their fashion. So I'm just looking at the chats, and Janice McGregor is in the chat. She says, sorry, it wouldn't load. It's okay.
Yeah, she did try.
She did. She tried, and so like I said, don't worry, Janice, we will get you on air hopefully soon and reschedule you and figure out what was going on with your device, essentially, is what it was.
Yeah, we've never had that before, so hopefully we can figure that out and she'll be back on. We can chat with her then.
Yes. So don't worry, Janice, we will have you on here soon. That's no problem. But you can always be a part of the chats in the chat. So, I mean, we are on air. We are live. We are always looking for things to talk about. So feel free to jump in at any point.
Yes.
But going back to Akaj, actually, if you look at their social media, they are really busy. They are dressing so many people. And the fun thing about them is they are based in the GTA, Greater Toronto area, but they are dressing queens internationally. That's amazing.
All over the world, and they're looking awesome. I think they're really starting to get their name out there, especially in those Grand Slam system pageants. You're seeing them a lot there, which is really exciting. I'm really happy for them. I think they deserve all the props. I love them.
Yes, for sure. And Filipino designers, you got to support.
Absolutely.
So yeah, they're amazing. I'm curious then to see how many girls wear a Kaj at your pageant next summer.
We'll see, perhaps. Yeah, I'm excited for it. I've been doing a little bit more marketing and stuff. We had just announced that we're gonna go to the Bahamas on the international cruise, so I've been busy planning that and talking to girls. So yeah, it's getting very exciting over at Canadian National Miss. So send us a message if you're interested. Titles are going fast. Sorry, Regine, Ms. Toronto is taken, so
whatever.
Don't know what to say.
I guess I'm not doing it. It's fine.
Yeah, that's okay. Okay.
I'll do it when you have an actual Mrs. division.
Oh my gosh, yes, hounding me on that. And honestly, it's a good point, but I really wanted to keep it 4 winners. And a lot of pageants do like the Ms. and just up, so I wanted to give it a try. I know in Canada though, the Mrs. is really popular and there's a big community of those women. Of course, I've said those women are more than welcome to come on over and join, but I also get the appeal of wanting the Mrs. title. So maybe that will be in the future. We'll see if we get enough interest, and I'll be more than happy to add another queen.
Yes, and I'll be the first one.
There we go.
I need to be careful with what I say on the show. I forgot.
You have to be very careful. You say this all the time. You don't do it on yourself now.
I know. I try not to. All right, so what do you want to talk about?
I don't know. I guess we were talking a little bit about Canada Galaxy. I guess we could talk about, like, this year was a little bit different than previous year. It was a little bit more of a community. It really felt, I was talking to Cindy about this, I was like, it really felt like back to normal, back to like the old vibes we used to feel. How did you think about having the competition all together and having all the events together? I know you were able to attend the pink party. Maybe you could tell us about that.
The pink party was amazing.
It looked
First and
awesome.
foremost, all of you know my favorite color is pink. So picking my outfit for the pink party was probably the hardest thing I had to do because there is so much pink in my wardrobe. However, I did go with just a simple dress. I didn't go all out. I could have.
I was like, I know she has a wardrobe of pink. She could end everyone in that room. But I think he looked really cute. I think it was like fun vibe. So good for that little rope. What is that rotating camera thing?
Yeah, the 360
awesome.
Photo booth. They had it last year, and I was so upset that I didn't get to use it. So I used it like 6 or 7 times. But it was a lot of fun. Some of the judges dropped by just to say hello. There was so many sponsored items, including the 360 booth. It was also Natalie's birthday, Ms. Galaxy Canada 2022. So we got her on the 360 with a cake and surprised her. The paint party was a lot of fun. the PJ party, we did not attend. I wanted to just give the girls their moment. It was interesting actually to put my Ms. sash back on because it's been a while since I had it on. But it was like my security blanket. And then
I felt the
see
same
how
when I put on the teen one. I felt very out of place because I'm like more of an adult now, but it felt like home with my sash back on.
yeah, and it was so dirty, but it was like
Dirty. Hey, at least that means I used it, guys.
true, very true. But so going back, I guess, to like the flow of the pageant. I guess this
Yeah.
episode we'll call it the Canada Galaxy recap.
Amazing.
Might as well. So this year it was great to have the one big production, you know. So for those who weren't familiar, last year because of the pandemic, we did have to break it up into, what was it, 5 show? No, 4? Because we had
No,
the
I think it was
juniors all in
5.
one. Yeah, so the
It was
juniors
the
all in
4
one.
seniors and the juniors all together.
Wow, that was a long day. Yeah, so there's 5 separate pageants, just because of the pandemic. So just to like,
And for audience
reasons, of
purposes,
course.
like we could only have so many people in the audience at the same time, so
Exactly.
everyone was able to come watch their person compete and like in their competition. So I think it made sense the way that happened.
So this year, Cindy was able to do it the same way the first and second year, where it was everyone consecutively. It was great. It filled in the room because obviously you're not doing 5 different shows. I think the most challenging is how long it took, because it is 5 different or 7 different divisions, and then you have 3 competitions for the Miss and Up. So having to read 50 plus names 3 times was a mouthful for me.
I'm sure. Can you tell us a bit about your emceeing experience? It was a long night, but you held it together. I don't think you messed up anyone's name or like got anyone out of sorts. So
Wow, you're being really nice. I messed up a judge's name, but go figure. I would.
It's okay.
I would. So I know I talked about this last week. So to clarify, I struggle reading out loud. I struggle reading in general. So when you give me long words or long names that is not like out of the norm, I guess, I will be like Starbucks and butcher it. I am so sorry. So I'm seeing that many people and reading so many different names, and the great thing is there were a lot more Indigenous women this year. So having to read their titles was also challenging from times. But what I did was I made sure that I had everyone send me a voice note on how to actually pronounce their names and pronounce their cities or wherever they're from, so that I was able to actually just write it the way I heard it. But what I found, thank you. But what I found was it got challenging when I forgot how I read it. It didn't connect. I was like, oh no. Or when you have to read it 3 times, but there's 50 names before you read it again. But it was fun. I think this year emceeing, because this was my first time emceeing alone. I actually didn't mind it because then I was able to go at my own pace and I wasn't waiting for somebody else to read it. I loved emceeing with Denise. Don't get me wrong. It was nicer to just do it, just go with the flow and not have to worry about, like, the worst is emceeing with someone and you don't vibe with that.
Yeah, people can feel that. Like, you can pick that up pretty fast. So it's better if you're a solo girl, go for it.
Yeah, like if you don't have chemistry with the person that you're emceeing with, it's so much harder. Like, I don't know if you've ever emceed an event, but that's why I like working with Scott so much, is because we can banter off of each other, like, no problem. But I feel like if you and I were also to MC together, because we do the sit down or the pageant sit down, that would be beneficial to us because we know each other's cues essentially.
Yeah. See, we would struggle though because I can't read either. So we'd be like, how do you say this?
No, that's why I loved I'm seeing with Denise because she is French speaking, or she can read.
Oh, that's very helpful.
So when
She's francophone.
So when you're reading, like Julie is Julie, I was like, I tried so hard.
Oh my gosh.
I got this.
I rewatched the pageant and I literally love when our amazing French ladies came on. Your little French accent killed me. I was in the audience, like a little cracking up a bit. I was like, oh my gosh, Regine's really whipping up the French tonight.
I tried.
It was so pretty hard. Good.
You know what though? It was what made it harder. So I am one to pick up on accents, right? Mm-hmm. So if I hear a British accent, for example, all weekend, which I did, it tends to come out. And so rooming with Danny Latimer, it became very hard for me to be like, oh. And I'm seeing and introducing all these judges who are also from the UK. I'm like, don't do it, Regine.
You couldn't help yourself.
I tried really hard not to. I think I did okay.
No, I think you did very good.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
But okay, so I'm done talking about seeing you. On the other hand, were a hair and makeup artist this weekend.
I was.
What was that like?
It was really exciting. This was kind of the first time where I've had my own room and had my clients coming in and out. The previous pageants that I've been working on hair and makeup wise, I have either been in the room with the people that I was with, and I hadn't worked with that large group before. So it was really exciting. I had a really good time with all the girls, and I wanted it to just be kind of like a very peaceful environment where everyone can just kind of take a breather, talk it out if they're nervous. Like, I've been through it, and I've been through like the whole experience, and so I was more than happy to talk to them and share my tips if they wanted to hear them. And it was really fun. Like, I love doing hair and makeup. I'll wake up at any time to start, and it was a good time. I loved roaming around the hotel. I'm used on Canada Galaxy again, kind of running around and like saying like half highs to everybody as I'm like passing briskly by. But this time I was able to kind of go down and like talk to some people that I'd known for a while and wanted to talk to, and it was exciting. It was a good time. And honestly, I really love that there was so many other hair and makeup artists there as well. I know Montana Dale was there, and Steph was there, and they were doing awesome stuff too. So it's exciting because the previous years, if people who don't know, Canada Galaxy had a really amazing team of makeup artists that would come in, and everyone would go get their hair and makeup done in this one room. But this year, for time-wise, and just, I don't know the exact reason, but Cindy cut that part, so we were able to book clients and have people come to our rooms, and people were able to like pick makeup artists they wanted to work with, and so it was really fun. And I think that's continuing. I'm not sure, but I just love doing hair and makeup, so it should be fun. And I have lots of other stuff planned for this year with the hair and makeup, so yeah. Well, speaking also of those little voice notes you were getting from your people there, Regine, they would send them like in my chair while I was like curling their hair, and I was trying so hard not to laugh because I was like, Regine needs these to be able to do her job perfectly, so I'll keep my mouth zip.
So who did you do for hair and makeup? Because I know you did Caitlin.
Yep.
Right?
I worked Caitlin and Ms., and then I worked with Valerie and Ms., and I worked with Allison and Miss, and Haley and Miss.
Valerie. Just kidding.
What? And then what?
I was like, you said Valerie. It's Valerie.
Oh, no. See, I went to French immersion, so I probably could do it, but I'm not going to embarrass myself.
I mean, I've done it so many times.
Done it enough for the both of us. Thank you.
No problem. I think this year was great because, like you said, there were a lot of chances for you to connect with everyone, because I know in previous years you're always so busy. I felt that this year.
Yeah.
It was weird being on the staff side because I'm so used to being clean, and I have been for so long, thanks to the pandemic. But it was hard, and I feel bad because there are some parents or even some of the girls who are like wanted to say hi to me, or were like, one of the moms was like, "Oh, I know you're busy, but I just wanted to say hi."
Yeah.
Because literally I got there like I was just
That's what you
nonstop.
have
Like I
to.
had to hide in my room and nap for a little bit.
Yep.
hmm
That's how it
And
goes.
was this the first year that there was no swimwear in the teen division?
Yes.
Huh.
That was
How do you
exciting.
feel?
Pardon?
How do you feel being a former teen?
I really like it. I really like the change. I'll be honest, when I was in teen, I was very uncomfortable doing swimsuit. So, it's one of those things where it's like give or take, but some people are comfortable with it, and that's amazing, and some people aren't. And so I think it's good just to kind of remove that and don't even have people worrying about it, because these teenagers can be 15, 16 years old. And it's a little dicey with how people feel about it. So I'm happy that it's gone. I know some people are sad to see it go because it's kind of like a model walk kind of thing, but I would recommend people try and incorporate that more into their fashion wear. You can still have the sass and the personality, but no, when I heard that was gone, I was very jealous that it wasn't my year.
I guess that's true, because you're right, because there are girls who are grade 9 who are doing swim. That is like I remember being in grade 9 and like you're still in this like awkward phase.
Yeah, and like when I competed, I was 17, almost 18, so it wasn't as weird. But I still, was a little uncomfortable with it, and like I had avoided doing pageants with swimsuits in it just because, well, one, I'm uncomfortable with it. Two, it's not my favorite thing just in general in pageants. I think it's something that needs to start to get pushed out. And I know a lot of pageants are starting to do that. There's other organizations in Canada that have decided to, I believe they switched it to activewear at the Teenage Canada organization. And then Miss America completely cut it out. And there's only a handful of pageants that really have it left. So yeah, I think it was the right move. I think it's a good direction. And if you get to go to internationals, you still get that poolside glam shot where you're allowed to do the swimsuit without having to like present it on stage. But it's more like just a fun photo shoot where you can have your glamour moment.
Your moment. Yeah.
yeah. But it's, with Daniel and all the other girls supporting, like it's a different vibe than competing in a swimsuit on stage where you feel like you have to give that like sexy factor as a 15-year-old.
Yeah. No, it's true, because like if you think about it, like Alexis, our new Miss Teen Galaxy Canada, she's literally in grade 9. So kudos to Galaxy International for removing swim and teen.
Yeah, I think it was a good move. I think it's fun for missing up. I think if people didn't want to compete in swimsuit, there's tons of other pageants that offer not that. So but Galaxy's a fun one with swimsuit, and I think if you're 19 years old and up, I think that's okay.
Exactly. Yeah. You have more consent that way too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel very passionately about the swimsuit in pageants just in general, so yeah, it was time for a change.
There you go. And Maria gave it to us, so she knows. So Canada Galaxy now has 7 amazing queens. Let's talk about them, shall we?
I love it.
Let's start with the Little Miss. So for those who don't know, Tara is the new Little Miss Galaxy Canada 2023. I love her. She is just so much energy and so much sass. I think she's gonna do really well at internationals.
She's a ball of energy, but she's very similar to her sister, in which she's a ball of energy, but she knows when to turn it on and when to use it. And she's very professional for being a Little Miss. It's kind of crazy. So I think she's going to do very well. Her on stage, particularly her fashion wear, really slayed me. So loved it. Like, she knew where the judges were at all times. She knew where her stops were. Yeah, she killed it. I loved it.
you missed it. So when she was going into interview, so they go in, for those who don't know, you walk in, you just go to your chair, sit down, and you're ready. Tara walks in, hi judges! Like you could hear her from outside, just being like, hello! Like she's just like the life of the party.
And I love that, honestly. And for like Little Miss, the interview is really important. It's worth more. And I think people get a little hung up on like the content of the interview of a kid's pageant, but really I think it's more of the personality, and it's like, is this kid gonna enjoy doing this for this year? I think that's super important, and I think she did just fine, especially with that little intro.
Yes, and I think for the Little Miss it's also a lot harder if you think about it.
For sure.
These are all grown-ups that they don't know, and I know some little kids struggle with that. And so kudos to all of the littles, like all the juniors, to be able to even go up there and just say their names on the mic. Like I don't know.
Yeah, it's a very intimidating experience no matter how old you are. Like I know lots of misses that also go like, I don't know, like I'm scared. It's like it happens to everyone. So for the kids to do it, it's such a good learning experience. They're gonna absolutely destroy everyone in job interviews when they're older. So good for them.
Oh, 100%. So continuing with the junior division. So Aaliyah is our Miss Preteen Galaxy Canada 2023, and we've had her on the show with her mom Dawn. She perfection. Yeah. I'm not just saying that because I'm her coach and Tara's coach. Perfection.
And she loves pageants. Like I had the honor of going with her to her previous international pageant that she was just at, and she just loves practicing. She woke up at any time and was like, can we go practice? And I love that. I love that she just loves pageants and the whole experience of it, not just the crown or just that. I think she's going to make a lot of use out of her title. So I was super proud of her. And that division was really, really hard. All the girls really brought it. So yeah, good for her.
Yeah, I think she's going to do amazing. Like you said, with her title, she's already doing so much with it.
Yeah.
She's done so many appearances with it. And you're right, like she lives and breathes this. Like the thing is, she's also a competitive dancer. So she has that competitive nature, but also wanting to be on stage. So
for sure.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah. We love Leah. All right.
We do. Who else do we have?
Victim?
Junior Miss Tatiana.
So exciting. Goodness. Did you know Tatiana, I'm pretty sure I had this fact right. I'm pretty sure she's the only person to have competed in all. Like, I was so proud of her. This is like her moment. She had it. It was very exciting because we've both been to all of the pageants and we've seen her growth and how hard she's worked for this. So I'm really excited to see what she does with the year.
She killed it on stage. And I know that she's been doing other pageant systems in preparation for Galaxy. Yeah. So to be able to see that go, like all that hard work go and get that crown for her, I was so happy. I loved her outfits. She's always such a fashionista. She also has so much energy. There is no doubt when it comes to the PJ party or the pink party that Tatiana will be running around doing TikToks or something. So she's gonna be that ball of. Actually, they're all gonna be that ball of energy for internationals. Good luck,
moms. Good luck, mothers. You're gonna have a good time.
They are. Tatiana's gonna kill it at internationals. I know she's been working so hard for it. She'll do amazing. Next up, Alexis is the new, and I know we just said this earlier, she is the newly crowned Miss Teen Galaxy Canada 2023.
Taking over my gig.
You all know who she is.
I know. She was my little preteen. How is she already a teen?
And then she was my junior miss when we went, so for those who don't know or didn't watch her episode, Alexis, like Liz said, was Miss Preteen Galaxy Canada 2023. 19.
2019.
And then when she went to international, she was first runner-up. So then she came back as Junior Miss Galaxy North America. And now she is going back again for the third time, but now as a teen. I would love to see.
She wants all the divisions.
I know.
She just missed Little Miss by just a hair there.
I know. So I'm excited to see what she does. She knows what she's doing. She knows what to expect. She's going to do amazing. And now a newbie into the Galaxy system is our Miss Galaxy Canada, Deja.
But not newbie to pageants.
No, not at all.
No.
She did amazing on stage. I've never actually seen her
compete.
So to see her do it live, I was like, well, damn. Okay, girl.
I've definitely watched her compete before. She has a really fiery, fun presence. I really like her on stage, and I told her this in the little intermission. I saw her chilling, and I was like, oh my gosh, loved your swimwear. I don't know if you remember, it was the green with the long sleeves, and it was beautiful, and she just rocked it out. So yeah, I love her on stage, and she actually also won the charity award, and she signed up not too long ago. She signed up a little later than other people, so it was really great for her to do all that work in such a short period of time. So I think that's a good indication of how she'll do leading up to internationals.
100%. And her gown, loved
gorgeous.
It. And it goes to show you, and to all of you watching, that you do not need the most blingy, coming from me, you don't need the most blingy gown, the most sparkly in your face gown. She wore this simple gold, a metallic gold.
It's a satiny, stretch satin. Gorgeous.
Oh my gosh. Yes. So
yeah. See, and I'm a lover. I know you love the sparkles. I am more of a girl of
the simple,
beautiful fabric, amazing color. That's my vibe. And the gold was stunning, and the fabric was stunning. So that would have been a 10 out of 10 for me.
10s across the
board. I mean, she probably got around there because she is our winner. So we're really excited for her. And welcome to the Galaxy family.
Yes. And of course, my title, the Miz. Oh my goodness, to see another first runner-up come back win. Chanel, congratulations. We have yet to have you on the show. We will get her on the show. I'm so excited for her.
So proud of her. She is one of the most amazing people. Just as a person, aside from pageant, she's a really just kind-hearted person. And so I think she'll do amazing with her title. And she already does so many incredible things appearance-wise and charity-wise. And her just existing in life is inspiring. The way that she conducts herself, it's really awesome. So I think she'll make a big impact at internationals.
I cannot wait to see what she does with her title. Just to know how hard she really wanted that not just the crown, but the title, to make a difference and to prove to everyone. She is leaving her mark everywhere she goes, and she's definitely going to leave a mark at internationals. So I can't wait.
Making the Miz girls proud, the Miz legacy.
Let's go.
That's a big legacy.
It is. It really is, and she's gonna do amazing things with it. And of course, Trisha, who we've had on our show last week, is the newly crowned Mrs. Galaxy Canada 2023, and just like let's say Leticia. Oops, Leticia was also a runner-up, but like Chanel, she was also a first runner-up. Came back. There's a lot of first runner-ups that came back and won, or just those two. But oh my goodness,
which is a lot. That's pretty rare. It's not rare, but it's to have more than one is great. It shows that people want to come back, and they aren't. It can be a difficult experience to be first runner-up. That can be really hard on people. So to come back shows a lot of persistence, and I really want to represent this pageant system, so I really appreciate it. And Mrs. was hard this year. There was some great contestants.
Not some, all of them
All of them,
were great.
yes. Not,
Like,
yeah, that's what I mean.
like, let's be real. Like, if you look at the Ms. and Mrs. divisions, and I know, like, I was talking to my coworkers because I just started a new job, and they're learning. We're all learning about each other, and I mentioned how I do pageants, and they're looking at me like, "How old are you?" But it's just the
True.
fact that there are these women, 28 and up. I think the eldest or the youngest at heart, or whatever Cindy called it, was in her 50s. So to have like women who are working women, mothers, some of them are grandmothers, some of them are just business owners, to see them excel and to see them on stage. Like, I know for a fact there's some women who are 28 who look at themselves and don't even have that confidence. So imagine what it's like when you're older. Like, I gotta be careful with my words here. When you're
like later on
older.
in life, you go
Yeah.
through life experiences that maybe would make you uncomfortable with putting yourself out there. Like, especially if you had kids, like your life kind of becomes more about your kids and less about yourself. It's a true, like, pageants are truly like an inner healing experience. You learn a lot about yourself that even if you've lived a long life, however that length may be, I think it's enlightening for everybody. So I'm super proud of that division always. Like, they always have such a good time together, and it's very exciting to see them like so passionately like represent the brand.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
Everyone that won is they all have their own story to tell. They all have their own platforms, and they're all so strong, like what they believe in and what they stand behind, whether it be food insecurity or autism or adopt, don't shop. Like,
There's
there's
tons.
there is, and they're all so unique and so different. And I think that they're going to represent what Canada is in that way alone. And their moms are all strong. So I know that
the moms. I love all those moms. They're awesome.
Yes.
I think the moms are an underrated part of the team. We're talking about the queens. The moms are just as important.
Oh, 100%. Like, when I went to internationals, thank God for these Filipino moms, because they brought home to my stomach that, like, Liz, you know me. Have I ever eaten rice on pageant week?
I would say no.
I did at internationals.
You do what you gotta do.
Of all pageant times to do it, but it was just like, they're amazing, and like they made sure that we were at rehearsals on time, that we were all picked up. If someone forgot anything, like silicone bras were on the shopping list. Like, they went and got everything you needed.
Love it. Love the moms. Don't sleep on the moms, people.
No. Like, can you stop? Sorry. I have, like,
oh no.
I think people forget that we're on air. But anyways, those moms are great. I mean, I love my mom. My mom is the best pageant mom. Can you stop going? My mom is the best pageant mom.
She really is.
Like, she's like, I wasn't even competing, and at nationals, she's like, I brought you snacks. I brought you this. I'm like, thanks, Mom. Yeah, we love our stage moms. But anyways, as people clearly forget that we are on air, and I know that we mentioned that this was going to be a little bit of a shorter episode because of the later start. I think we should start to wrap things up.
Yeah, sure. Sounds good. I think we talked about everything about Canada Galaxy we saw. So
yeah, for sure. And just to give, I guess, a wrap up to all of Canada Galaxy, there'd be no Canada Galaxy without Cindy with an S. So doing everything that she did, and I know, like we mentioned, I am Seed, so I read all the sponsors, and to see her hustle come to life, I sent her over 20 audios, so you can only imagine how much hard work. People don't understand. Yes, Liz and I have mentioned that we're staff here and there, but Canada Galaxy literally is run by one person. So kudos to Cindy for putting such a great production on every year. I know that next year is the 5th anniversary of the Canada Galaxy Pageant system in her name. So you know it's going to be big. And I know registration is open. So if any of you are interested, Liz and I can vouch it is a great system. Reach out to Cindy with an S. And if you are curious about pageants, our inboxes are always open.
Always open.
Yes. And well, we would like to give Janice McGregor a shout out one more time because she was originally supposed to be on tonight. Technical difficulties is never a good thing, but we made do, and we're so glad that we were able to spend our Wednesday with all of you. Liz, before we go, where can people find you?
For all my pageant stuff, you can find me on Instagram at Elizabeth Marnock Pageantry. And I briefly talked about my hair and makeup stuff. So if you're going to Canada United World or Canada Perfect or any pageant really, shoot me a message at Elizabeth Marnock Artistry and we can set that on up for you. Regine.
Wait. Yeah. What if someone's competing in your pageant? Will you do their hair and makeup?
No, the one pageant that is off limits is my own. So if you're competing at Canadian National Miss, I will not be able to do your hair and makeup, but I have a really awesome list of sponsors that will be coming out soon who will be able to do your hair and makeup. So don't you worry. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's exciting.
Regine, where can they find you?
You guys can find me on my YouTube channel where you currently are watching this video. Welcome to the Pageant Sit Down, and also my YouTube channel. So make sure you subscribe if you enjoy the content of this channel. Like this video if you enjoyed just our rant for the evening. But you can also find me on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok at It's Regine Alaina. And of course, you can follow the Pageant Sit Down on Instagram as well as on Facebook. I realized we could have made a TikTok account, but we are so far away from each other, it just wouldn't make any sense at the moment. No. And as we mentioned last week, we are in the, I guess, trial moment to see whether or not you guys would want merch. I know that's something that we joked around about, talked about. We are working on some items. So if you are interested in getting merch from this Pageant Sit Down, let us know. We want to know your thoughts. We want you guys to be involved because without you guys, there'd be no Pageant Sit Down, essentially.
That's right.
Yes. Well, Liz, this was fun.
It was very fun.
It was a lot of fun chatting. I know you and I have been so busy that we actually haven't had a chance to catch up. So this was our great catch up.
It's actually kind of crazy because that is very true. So I'm glad we got to do this. It was a good episode.
It was. Of course, it would have been better with you, Janice, but we will get you on here soon. In the meantime, everyone, have a wonderful evening, and we will see, or morning, wherever you are in the world and whatever time you're watching this. And we will see you all next time. Bye.
Bye.